Hey, it's me. So, today's episode is a little different. It's not a new message, it's more of a pause, a threshold between what has been and what is still to come. For the past 10 months or so, I've been publishing an episode of the Quantum Alchemist podcast every weekday, Monday to Friday. What I haven't said explicitly until now is that every one of those episodes has been rooted in a single body of work, the Pathwork Lectures. The Pathwork is a collection of 258 lectures channeled by Eva Pierrakos between 1957 and 1979. They trace an extraordinary arc, beginning with the origins of creation and divine law, moving into the depths of human psychology and purification, and then expanding into cosmic consciousness and collective transformation. When I began this podcast, I chose to follow those lectures in sequence, one by one, in order, skipping only the question and answer lectures. Each episode has been shaped by that rhythm, by that sequence. Though I've always translated the teachings into modern language so they could be lived rather than just studied. This entire podcast has been, in truth, a daily devotional practice, a way of walking through the pathwork step by step, letting its sequence shape my own unfolding. And together we've traveled far, from the early foundations, cosmology, creation, why we are here, to the depths of self-confrontation and purification, our images, our pride, our fear, the hidden workings of the lower self. And finally, into the great synthesis, cosmic law, union, sexuality, community, and Christ consciousness. Always returning to the same truth, that love and truth are one, and that all transformation begins within. The last episode marked the end of that original sequence, which was lecture 258 of the Pathwork Lectures, given in March of 1979, shortly before Eva's passing. That was where the Pathwork Lectures ended. But it's not where the path ends. Because while the form completed itself, the current that moved through it did not. The same living current of truth continues to speak, meeting our time, our bodies, and the new world being born through us. That is why I've chosen this moment to rename the podcast. Beginning with the next episode, this podcast will continue as The Path, teachings for a new era of awakening. I want to be clear that this isn't a new show. It's the same river flowing into its next form, the same devotion, the same current, now moving in a way that belongs to our time. The path will continue to explore the same essence that has always been here, the unbroken conversation between the human and the divine. But the lens will widen. The teachings that follow will speak to the questions of our present age, embodiment, community, technology, and the evolution of consciousness through the same voice of Christ awareness that inspired the pathwork. I don't claim to replace or replicate what came before, not in the least. I only claim my willingness to listen and to speak what comes through in service to truth. So this episode marks a bridge, a moment of honoring what we've walked and opening to what still wishes to come through. I want to thank you for walking this path with me so far. Thank you to Eva Pierrakos and the Pathwork community for carrying the original flame. And thank you to the current of truth itself, which never stops moving, even when one form dissolves. As we step forward together, I invite you to reflect on what this journey through the pathwork has meant for you. Notice what has shifted in your inner life and how the teachings have worked through you. And then, when you're ready, come cross the bridge with me into the path, into this new era of awakening. Because this is not an ending, it's a beginning.